How did you feel about the audience? What kind of energies did you pick up throughout the lecture?
We felt that they were very open and connect really well. It was easy to work with the audience. Like we can have this giving and receiving energy.
Yeah, I was a bit surprised how open they were actually. Especially also like we did in the reading where we saw how you're quite used to having a distance in relationships, at least the sort of normal relationships. Out in society, I think you have more distance to people than us Norwegians. And knowing that, it was a very heartfelt, close, open meeting where they showed their vulnerability in a way I found. But what I find is very interesting is that this way of working with people take you behind the walls and behind the masks. It's like you sort of skip one of the normal ways of being together, because normally we meet each other's masks and you do this and I do that and we sort of go here and we talk about the weather and other things. But meeting like this and working with energy in the way we do, you sort of skip that part and go straight into having this heart connection where it's actually a true connection and not just the masks meeting.
It's the same all over the world. People are seeking. People want to connect. People want to stay together. They want to come back to the authenticity in life. And I think that more and more people are opening up to that vulnerability. Actually is a huge asset. It's one of our greatest strengths in life. And to actually let that out in the open and talk about it and acknowledge them that in themselves is a huge gift, I think.
We need to take a shower of detox and get everybody else out of the system to be able to breathe. It's like, and to listen to ourselves and our true inner voice. And if we fill ourselves up with everybody else's information, everybody else's thoughts, what they think we should be, then it's very hard to hear your own voice, because you hear what everybody else expects of you instead. And so you have to clear out all these expectations, all the thoughts of who you're supposed to be or who other people expect you to be or want you to be, that you've started believing. So you have to let go of all that and come back to listening to your own clear voice inside, and to start living that part out into the world. Well, the spiritual password is the key, our key, to get in contact with that inner wisdom. Because it's so easy for us to have expectations of how it's supposed to be. You're supposed to get the inner direction in seeing pictures, or you have to have an apparition, or it has to be so grand. And in going out into the expectation, you skip the small little hints that you actually receive. And so we're going to talk a lot about that and how to start recognizing your own language and start understanding it again, because we've moved away from it, thinking and going up to our heads instead of being in our hearts and listening.